Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of The Curve, where we bring you all the latest Grandmasters news on Curve. 7 weeks of competition has led our Grandmasters to this moment, playoffs. With only one World Championship spot per region, the pressure was on. After group play in the Asia Pacific region, we saw a dominant performance by the Japanese players Alutimu, Possessi and Glory, making it to top 4 alongside Alan. Continuing to build on this amazing performance in the last few weeks of the season, Alan faced off against Alutimu in the first semi-final with his aggro counter lineup. Although it was a close match, Alan ended up punishing Alutimu's Warlock in games 4 and 5 with his aggro druid and face hunter. This ended the series 3-2 and Alan moved on to the finals. The second semi-final saw Possessi, who already has a World Championship spot to his name, match up against current World Champion Glory in yet another tight series. Possessi looked good in the first 2 games, winning with his aggro druid and Garrote Rogue, and it looked like Possessi was going to go all the way. Fortunately for Glory, he did manage to turn it around, and for the second time that day, we saw Warlock struggle to get over the line as Glory reverse swept Possessi's handlock to make it to the finals. The finals were all even going into game 3 at 1-1, but that is where it started to unravel for Alan. As even though he played amazingly well all weekend, he took an unexpected loss with his Hunter versus Glory's Warlock, followed up with a win from Glory's Hunter against Alan's aggro druid to take the win and join Possessi at the World Championship. In Europe, all eyes were on Gabby, one of the new Grandmasters this season, who has blown away all competition. The perfect ending to his season would be to secure a World Championship spot, but to do so, he had to first get through Season 1 winner Frenetic. Leading 2-1, it was looking good for Gabby, but Frenetic Shaman looked like it was going to even up the series until a last-ditch attempt to turn the game around paid off, as Gabby took the win with his Druid and moved on to the finals. Semi-final 2 saw Yala take a quick lead over RDU 2-0, winning with his Druid and his Rogue. But once again, Warlock struggled as RDU valiantly fought back, evening up the series 2-2. With both players having missed out on key victories surrounding Worlds up in the past, to say the last game was tense would be an understatement. After setting up a Doomhammer and having access to tons of burst, RDU kept being denied by Yala and couldn't find lethal fast enough. Yala managed to build up a strong board and end game 5, taking the win and moving on to the finals. The finals saw Gabby take a 1-0 lead, only to be shut down in rapid fashion as Yala took game 2 with his Garrote Rogue. Gabby then had one of the single most powerful Anaconda Druid turns I have ever seen, summoning a total of 4 Illidari Inquisitors in one turn and ending the game right there. Finally, it came down to Warlock struggling again this weekend, as Gabby wrapped up the series and booked his spot at the World Championship, taking the win with his Demon Hunter. The Americas saw Season 1 winner Nalgodan make it to top 4, alongside Fled, Muzzy and McBanterface. The first match saw Muzzy decimate Fled 3-0, with his unconventional aggro lineup consisting of Face Hunter, Elemental Shaman, Aggro Druid, and surprisingly, the recently nerfed Shadow Priest. The second semi-final was a much closer affair, with Nalgodan taking a quick 2-0 lead with his Warlock and Rogue, leaving him with only OTK Demon Hunter left to take a win. With how powerful and well-rounded OTK Demon Hunter is, it seemed a given that Nalgodan would move on. But McBanterface was not about to go down without a fight. Whilst keeping his cool in this high-pressure match, Banter managed to reverse sweep the Demon Hunter from Nalgodan, taking the victory and moving on to face Muzzy in the finals. And the final could not have been closer. With both players taking wins, it came down to Game 5, Shadow Priest versus Garrote Rogue. Muzzy put on some heavy pressure and ended up 1 hero power away from a World Championship spot. But in the previous turns, McBanterface managed to wrestle control of the board away from Muzzy and push back for lethal in the last second, winning the game, winning the series, and securing a World Championship spot. As we end the season, I would like to congratulate all of the players who have qualified to the World Championship, and look forward to seeing them compete in December. From the Asia Pacific region, we have Possessi and Glory. From Europe, Frenetic and Gabby. And finally, from the Americas, Nalgodan and McBanterface. And that is going to be it for us here at The Curve, not only this week, but this season. Thanks a lot for watching, we appreciate it, and make sure to go to playhearthstone.com/esports to check out any of those matches you may have missed. Also remember that we'll be crowning our world champion on December 18th and 19th, so make sure to tune in. We'll see you next time at Worlds.